My cousin was a pitcher on that curve, he got that scholarship. On campus, he's the man. Throwing heat as he was hot as shit, but then he hurt his arm. Senior year's time to prove it. Started taking painkillers so he could play and keep it moving. Scouts watching, couldn't lose him, so he took more and he kept using. Before he knew it, he's abusing. Fastballs and two seams. Too clean, but now he's losing weight. Drug test, he failed, so they kicked him off the team. He tried to kick the habit, but he's mad that he had lost his dreams. He's sad, but he got off the lane.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get a free conscience. I'm just kidding, we got SlimShady. You don't need one. What's going on, YouTube? It's only Knox, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, listen, there is a song that I've been wanting to cover for a while now on the channel. A classic Eminem track, especially ever since we did Guilty Conscience 2. And I thought, you know what? We need to do a breakdown. We need to do a deep dive that can live on this channel and hopefully go down in history on this channel because it deserves it. So I thought, let's check out the original. Let's check out Guilty Conscience. But we'll do something different because I haven't seen the director's cut version of this music video. So this right here, right now, is none other than Eminem, Dr. Dre, Guilty Conscience. But before we get any further, listen, if you like that song in the intro, brand new album, Chaos Theory 2, is out now. It is killing it on all streaming platforms. You can get signed CDs from me directly if you want to support me and support the channel directly by checking out the music. I'll put all links down there. But anyways, know what we're here for. Eminem, Dr. Dre, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got. See in the rearview mirror how the hat is forward and then it flips to backwards like we know it's about to be game time. Just watch this little Easter egg right here. And it's a Detroit hat.
Meet Eddie, 23 years old.
Hi,
Fed
Eddie.
up with life and the way things are going, he decides to rob a liquor store. But on his way in, he has a sudden change of heart, and suddenly, his conscience comes into play.
Alright, stop. Now before you walk in the door of this liquor store and try to get money out the drawer, you better think of the consequence. Who are you? I'm your mother conscience.
That's nonsense. Go in, gap for the money and run to one of your aunt's cribs and borrow a damn dress to one of her blonde wigs.
And what if a blunt ways? Da, 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 da. I just love how Eminem, even right there, right? You've got Dre, he's never been a fast rapper, Dre. He's got more of a measured flow and approach. So when Eminem, who still has moments when he slows it down and has sort of that marinated delivery that Dre has, especially on the end rhymes, the two-syllable end rhymes. But what Eminem does is he just provides a different dynamic of attack by coming through, just like accelerating parts of that flow and just jumbling certain words together just to speed through them, man. It just adds a different attack to the beat, and it really shines, I feel like, on this duo between the two because you have Dre's level, and then Eminem comes in and it's like, wait, hang on a second. And it's smart by Dre and doing this too because you got to remember this time, like this again is another moment for Eminem. He's getting Dre's cosign, right? Dre signed him. Dre wants this man to blow up. So this is another opportunity for them to like really put on because they know that a lot of people are going to be watching. This is going to get attention. Also, shout out to my dude from National Geographic here.
Store. But on his way in, he has a sudden change of heart.
And that's how babies are made. Law of the jungle.
And suddenly, his conscience comes into play.
So we're about to hit a lick, but basically, I love how the piano drops in, right? It's a very just West Coast, Dr. Dre-esque piano, just lower, bassier. It just has that bounce to it, doesn't it? And you take a rapper from the Midwest, you take Eminem, and you drop him over top of these just West Coast beats, man. I think it just has a different feeling vibe, man. Take me back to this time.
Now before you walk in the door of this liquor store and try to get money out the drawer, you better think of the consequence. Who are you? I'm your mother conscience.
That's nonsense. Go in, gap for the money and run to one of your aunt's cribs and borrow a damn dress to one of her blonde wigs.
Aunt's cribs, blonde wigs, conscious. I think one of the appeals, even though it's a simple two-syllable scheme, is just Eminem finding different words to compound and just slant rhyme it into the scheme, right? It's very clever MCing. I think that's what stands out, especially because the da-da-da-da-da, da. Like, again, the accelerate it and then slow it down for those last two syllables and kind of drip them out and make sure they fit into that rhyme pocket, man.
For the money, you run to one of your aunt's cribs and borrow a damn dress to one of her blonde wigs. Telling you need a place to stay. You'll be safe for days if you shave your legs with Renee's razor blades.
Yeah.
Safe for days, shave your legs, Renee's razor blades. Again, Eminem just punching in these rhyme schemes right now. It sounds so good to the eardrums.
You need a place to stay. You'll be safe for days if you shave your legs with Renee's razor blades.
Yeah, but if it all goes through like it's supposed to, the whole neighborhood knows you and they'll expose you. Think about it before you walk in the door first. Look at the store clerk, she's older than George Burns.
Hey!
Do that hit that lick. Can you afford to blow this hit? Are you that rich? Why you care if you scared to death? Are you that chick? Do you really think she gives a you have kids?
Man, don't do it, it's not worth it to risk it. Not over this lick,
Stop.
drop the biscuit. Don't even listen to Slim, yo, he's bad for you.
You know what, Dre? I don't like your attitude.
One of the most iconic lines, I think, for me. You know what, Dre? I don't like your attitude. You got to remember, context is key, right? We talked about the importance of this track for Eminem and what it really did at the time. But what's really interesting is that obviously this is like, you know, the saying having the devil on your shoulder, right? The voice of conscious versus the voice of the devil that we all have inside of us. The light versus dark struggling. And what's interesting is that you have someone like Dr. Dre coming from NWA and Dr. Dre's street credibility and Dr. Dre being West Coast, right? And he, of all people, is the voice of conscious. And Eminem gets to be Slim Shady. Eminem gets to really be the bad boy on this track. Again, another, to me, conscious decision by Dre to let M shine through on this track and really flash off his side of things.
George Burns.
And obviously the George Burns lines, man. George Burns was around for like forever. Like, he's a centauri and he made it to like 100 and God knows he probably could have gone 1,000 years with modern age medicine and stuff. But George Burns started off on like radio, then made it all the way through the TV. Man was an OG. Man was like the Eminem of his industry. Like, always relevant and never went away.
About it before you walk in the door first. Look at the store clerk, she's older than George Burns.
Door first, store clerk, George Burns. Even Dre's fitting in those nice two-syllable schemes. How many different ways can we just compound that into the rhyme writing?
Think about it before you walk in the door first.
Love these strings too that just build off to the side.
Look at the store clerk, she's older than George Burns.
Bump that, do that, hit that lick. Can you afford to blow this hit? Are you that rich? Why you
do that shit? You that rich? Again, he's just punching
care
in,
if you
man.
scared to death? Are you that chick? Do you really think she gives a you have kids?
Man, don't do it, it's not worth it to risk it. Not over this lick,
Stop.
drop the biscuit. Don't even listen to Slim, yo, he's bad for you.
You know what, Dre? I don't like your attitude.
Meet Stan, age 21. After meeting a young girl at a frat party, things start to get hot and heavy in an upstairs rec room. Once again, his conscience comes into play.
You know what's really interesting about this one? Meet Stan. This dropped, what, like a year, 2 years before Stan dropped. And he's talking about getting with a girl, right? Later on, we got the Raw Dog happen. I just wonder, there's been conspiracy theories to this day, thinking, did M mastermind this, right? Is this a continuation of Stan from Guilty Conscience when Eminem writes Stan because his girlfriend is pregnant? Well, is this the girl who he got pregnant at the time? Oh, the wheels start turning. Eminem came out in an interview and he was kind of coy about it. Like he played it off like, oh no, I don't think they're connected. But then he gave like, you know, an Eminem type of smile to it. Like, is he messing with us? Did he mean it? Did he intend it? I don't know. But obviously the name Stan is flying around in Eminem's creative space at this time, comes into play in Guilty Conscience, and then comes into play later with the iconic Stan track.
Once again, his conscience comes into play.
Now listen to me. While you're kissing her cheek and smearing her lipstick, slip this in a drink. Now you gotta
Kissing her cheek, this in her drink. Again, just the rhyme writing at this time and just the way that Eminem. Now listen to me. Da 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 da. Pause. Da 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 da. Pause. Like he just had like just a slower, attached way of doing this to really make sure that those rhymes that you hear with his delivery, he's kind of over accentuating them and making sure that they really hit home so you appreciate the MCing that he's doing.
His conscience comes into play.
Now listen to me. While you're kissing her cheek and smearing her lipstick, Slip this in a drink. Now all you gotta do is nibble on this little chicken's earlobe.
I just heard off to the side, almost like a pill, like dissolving in it. Eminem doing that ad-lib on the side of the mix.
Slip this in a drink. Now all you gotta do is nibble on this little chicken's earlobe.
Yo, this girl's only 15 years old. How could you take advantage of her? She's passed out.
It's easy, just cut these lights out. That's how. And pick this chicken up, get her off Brad's couch, and leave her on the front porch at her mom and dad's house.
What is this, P. Diddy 101?
Pick this chicken up, get her off Brad's couch, and leave her on the front porch at her mom and dad's house.
Man, ain't you ever seen that one movie, Kids?
No, but I seen the porno with son Dubious.
You wanna get hard off the jam?
Eminem doing Eminem things again, like calling out something that's going to make everybody go look it up. So in this case, he's shouting out Son Doobie, a member of Funk Dubious, which is a West Coast, remember Dr. Dre, we're shouting out West Coast here, hip-hop trio. And he was an MC, but he was also the star of a porno film. So he's calling back to that in a different sense. And then Dre before that coming through with a different reference too. Let's break it down.
Now all you gotta do is nibble on this little chick.
She's passed out.
It's easy, just cut these lights out. That's how. Then pick this chicken up, get her off Brad's couch, and leave her on the front porch at her mom and dad's house.
Man, ain't you ever seen that one movie, Kids?
No, but I seen the porno with.
Man, ain't you ever seen that one movie, Kids? Well, it's funny because this situation sets up like the plot of Kids. We have a girl at a party. She gets taken advantage of. She gets drugged up. But the person who went in her, he went in raw dog. Turns out she had HIV. So now her friend, the one who took advantage of her, well, you're left connecting those dots, right? Dre saying there are consequences to your actions and to the situations. Again, he's being the voice of reason.
Dad's house.
Man, ain't you ever seen that one movie, Kids?
No, but I seen the porno with son Dubious.
You wanna get hard off the jam?
Bump that, drop her off, ring the doorbell, then bell.
Isn't it interesting, right? How it ends. It doesn't end on Dre getting away with it. It ends on what looks like Eminem being the devil on the shoulder and the character following what Eminem says in the end. You know what else is dope about just like a storytelling setup track like this is that this is one of those tracks that it performed incredibly well on the radio and to the listener. A lot of people loved it, but I feel like it was even more enhanced with a video. It's just one of those that really lends itself because it's so strong lyrically. You can just envision everything that Dre is talking about, that Eminem is talking about. But if you have a video to accompany it, it just helps elevate it to an even further level. It's just a perfect setup for a music video.
Meet Grady, a 29-year-old construction worker. After coming home from a hard day's work, he walks in the door of his trailer park home to find his wife in bed with another man.
Calm down, relax, start breathing.
Start breathing, man, you just caught your wife cheating. While you at work, she's with some dude trying to get off. Forget getting divorced, cut this chicken's head off.
Wait, what a...
You see Eminem's performance to his visual performance, he's like very jerky, almost like a drug addict. I feel like he's fully embraced his Shady character, and he's not moving like a normal person would, right? Suggesting that he's giving this advice while he's drugged up, or even he's going through withdrawals. Like he's having his own schizophrenic issues, and he's really leaning into the character of Shady throughout this. Can he be trusted?
With some dude trying to get off, forget getting divorced, cut this chicken's head off.
Wait, what if there's a good explanation?
Like even right there, when he like overemphasizes him blinking, right? And then his eyes roll to the top of his head. He's almost manic.
She's with some dude trying to get off, forget getting divorced, cut this chicken's head off.
Wait, what if there's a good explanation for this?
What? She tripped, fell, landed on his...
Alright, shit.
I love how he's talking to Grady, and then all of a sudden he just has that moment when he kind of like breaks the fourth wall again, turns and starts talking to Dre and to the other side. It's almost like the internal dialogue that we all have within our own heads. Just don't voice it out loud, and then people won't think you're that crazy.
Good explanation for this.
What? She tripped, fell, landed on his...
Tripped, fell, and landed on his dick. Another iconic line that I love from this.
Alright, Shady, maybe he's right, Grady. But think about the baby before you get all crazy.
Okay, thought about it. Still wanna grab her? Kick her out the house? Get your daughter and kidnap her? That's what I did. Be smart, don't be a retard. You gonna take advice from somebody who slapped deep on?
What you say?
What's wrong?
That's what I did. So he's staying in character, shouting out Kim, obviously, right? Which is just his track where he takes his daughter, kidnaps Kim, and yeah, takes her into the woods and murders her. That's a fun one. We did a breakdown of that one. So he's shouting out that character of Shady, but then he shouts out a real life situation, right? The real life situation of Dr. Dre actually slapping up D-Barnes, and he was charged for this one, and yeah, he didn't deny it either. And D-Barnes, she was the host of, what was it? Pump It Up, wasn't it? She was an artist as well, but the whole reason that Dre got pissed off, because during that time, it was the huge Ice Cube disses and the split between NWA and Ice Cube and everything alleged towards Dre and everything happening and all of that. And apparently he got pissed off with D and what she was saying about it. And she was like stirring up more of the drama. So they were at a party and then Dre, yeah, slammed her head into a wall.
Crazy.
Okay, thought about it. Still wanna grab her, kick her out the house, get your daughter and kidnap her. That's what I did. Be smart, don't be a retard. You gonna take advice from somebody who slapped D-Barnes?
What you say?
What's wrong? Didn't think I remember?
I'ma kill you, you little motherfucker.
Temper.
Right.
Mr. Dre, Mr. NWA, Mr. AK, coming straight out of Compton, y'all better make way. How in the hell you gonna tell this man not to be violent?
Cause he don't need to go the same route that I went. Been there, done that. Off. What am I saying? Do them both, Grady. Where's your gun at?
Ha. And then you end on the gunshots. And in this case, someone finally listened to Dre. The problem was that Dre finally listened to Slim. So round and round we go. So Slim got his way in the end through Dre. But Mr. NWA, right? Because again, you think about Dre's persona, the way that Dre is perceived. And it is ironic that he's the voice of conscience. Then Eminem finally points this out. It's almost like a battle rap in a sense, isn't it? It's a battle for one's conscience and one's morality. And yeah, it ends on not a positive note. It's not a Disney fairy tale. No, it ends in lean into the rage and lean into the darkness. And that plays on the creativity of Shady, using music as his outlet when he fantasizes, yes, about killing Kim and Stan and all these other just stories that open your eyes to stuff. It's very on brand for Shady at the time. And then Dre leaning back into it, right? And then you just hear the gunshots at the end. And that's how we carry out with the lights flashing and just leave the rest to the imagination. I mean, what a track it is, honestly, in a back and forth. It's just taking me back, watching the video. I don't remember the original video, so I'm not sure what is different in the director's cut exactly. You guys are going to have to comment below and just let me know what's up with the director's cut. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that deep dive. I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown, that walk down memory lane. Makes me appreciate Guilty Conscience 2 even more now. I'm going to go back and listen to that one. Maybe we have to do a comparison one day. Anyways, Eminem, Dr. Dre, you were Knox certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, for some reason you're here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It really does go a long way. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive. It's only Knox, though. No, catch you again.